First time I ever saw a Strat, I must have been about 8 years old. And it was this Strat, but it used to be like candy apple red. And I just remember being really fascinated by it. My mum played guitar, and my dad played guitar, but there was always an old kind of classical guitar in the house, but there was never an electric one. And then when I started to get into playing, my dad brought home this one for me to have a go on. I just remember seeing it for the first time and just being kind of like really impressed by it, but it felt very familiar at the same time. Yeah, well, this guitar actually used to belong to John Taylor from Duran. It's kind of ridiculous in a way. My dad used to run a photographer's gallery, and he became friendly with Nick Rhodes from the band, who was a keen photographer. And I think one year he was trying to get his, the other guy that ran this gallery, like a Christmas present or something. And I think John Taylor came into the gallery and he asked him if he had any guitars that he wouldn't mind selling. And they were friends, and he sold him this and gave it to his partner, but the guy never played it, so it kind of sat in the basement of this place until I kind of started to pick a guitar up years later. I guess the interesting thing about this guitar, or about Strats in general, is that I've played this guitar since before I was a teenager. When I was playing Nirvana, I was playing it, and when I was trying to play Smith songs, I was playing it, and whatever I was trying to play, I was always playing this guitar. And then when we started the vaccines, I've been playing something else for a while, and I kind of came back to it, and it always seemed to make sense to me to play a Strat. I think it's just kind of synonymous with what I do. There's enough variation in the controls, and the pickups, and everything about it to really play whatever kind of style you want, and I always really enjoyed that freedom about it. I think as people get more and more into playing guitar, and there's more time part, so you don't see many young players with it, but you see a lot of kind of experienced players, and I think it's because people want a direct line between what they're playing with their fingers and between what people hear. And I think just simple design, but it has enough variability to allow you really to sound like what you hear in your head. This really allows you to kind of develop your own identity.